love me. No, yes, I'm gonna love me. So warm.
Hello, hello? Hello?
Love me.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Oh my god. Crazy. I think we're live. Oh my goodness. Okay, just like 30 seconds. I just need to use the washroom and we're ready. And we are live on the internet. So we're streaming to the Z-Space YouTube, but it's unlisted and it's posted in the Discord. That way it's just kind of recorded for us. Also, I'm supposed to send it to the TouchDesigner NYC meetup that's happening right now. Ooh. And they might throw it on. So now that we have the link, oh, and Lane Butler's here too. Nice. Okay, so we will start in like just a few seconds. Just let me use the washroom and we'll be all good. Welcome everybody to TouchDesigner YVR December edition. This is, I think, our 11th month, but our 10th meetup. Partly because we didn't have one last month. We had instead this like festival here called Interface, and it took place over 2 days. It was really great. Liam was there. We built Arduinos, and Carly was there. A bunch of people were there. We built Arduino stuff and connected to TouchDesigner. We did an intro class. We had a couple artist talks. It was really awesome. But that's not why we're here. We're here for this. This one might be a bit more chaotic than usual because I tried to do more things this time. As you can see, we have a live view of us here on the left. On the right, this is something I made last night, which I think is pretty cool. It's so we have a 180-degree cam up there, and it's filming us, and then it's also tracking motion. So it's like if I move a lot here, it should like notice me. I think I'm too dark right now, but if I'm over here, maybe it should notice me, and then it should look over at me. I think there's too much stuff going on. But it was cool. Last night, oh, the light. It likes motion, so you got to move it around. There we go. Wave your hands. Yeah. And last night I was watching the stream and I saw we have mice in this building, and it caught a mouse. You can see like the path. Anyway, yeah. So this is a bit more complicated of a setup. And we're streaming, and I hope that we can do this more in the future and all that. We have 3 presenters tonight. We have Irfan. I don't know your last name. Irfan. You met. Just defended your thesis, MFA, SFU? Yep. That's right. Really awesome. We have Andrew Sun. And then we have myself doing little metaverse stuff. And there was a 4th person, Greg, but he got sick, and he might be watching the stream. We'll see. But yeah, so what we usually do is I usually talk about the history of this. It used to be a study club. Now we do it monthly. It's been taken over by a bunch of people. I feel a little bit rushed because we're far behind, but yeah, this community in general has been building a lot in Vancouver, and a bunch of initiatives have been coming out of this, like workshops, and there's just a lot of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys all for participating, and also we do need help running this. Last month I asked for help with the posters, and people, Sam, you made this poster, didn't you? Yes. This is Sam Miles who made the poster. But we need more help doing stuff like TouchDesigner is actually quite interested in what we're doing here, but we need to write up things about it and say who's doing presentations and what they're talking about and all that. And if we can do that, then we can post it to them and they'll amplify us. So that's what we're seeking help with right now. Anyway, yeah, I think what we do first is talk about ourselves. We do a little round of intros. So let's we're recording. That could not have sounded good for the people online. That's what you get for being in the metaverse. So I'll put it over here, and then we'll just go around, and people can give intros. So maybe we'll start with Sam.
So do we? No.
You can if you want.
No, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that? Okay.
No, what's the best thing to do?
I
Leave it there.
I think it's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're farther back, you have to yell.
Great.
Or you can come from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the intro? Start with Sam.
My name is Sam Miles. I'm a freelance motion graphic designer. I've been living in Vancouver for about 3 months now, so I'm kind of new to the area. And I always like coming along to these meetups because they're really inspirational. I'm yet to dive deep into TouchDesigner, but every time I come here, it always makes me want to get a little bit closer. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm also like TouchDesigner curious. I don't really touch it, but I love all your projects. They're very inspirational. I love to see how different people think as well. Like, I'm not a nodes-based person or like procedural person. And for myself, I'm getting back into 3D after a long break. So ArcViz, product viz, CG, a bit of everything. Yeah.
My name is Yash. I'm a third year media studies student at UBCO, and this is my fourth time coming here. And I've been using TouchDesigner for roughly 8-9 months, still into it. But now I'm finding myself a lot more into audio programming, and that's something that I'm doing. And I recently did a project with the City of Kelowna and BC Arts Council with this audio loop that I made with my professor, which basically it's called Soundwalk project. You can look it up. It's installed like in the city, and it's a permit art installation. So yeah, it's just that audio has now taken like primacy in my workspace, but I still come back to TouchDesigner every now and then.
I'm Andrew. I study and teach math as my day job, I guess. I make art with TouchDesigner as my hobby. I love TouchDesigner. It has literally changed my life, and yeah, I'm really excited to show off my projects that I've been developing. I have some, I don't know if it's like theory because everyone uses TouchDesigner differently, but it's just my method of making things. Some quirks that I've ran into that I hope some of you guys can give me more perspective on, and oh yeah, and then this really cool thing I wanted to show you guys, but that'll be later. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Pauline. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I manipulate with fabrics, textile, and fashion. But I also use TouchDesigner to like do veggie stuff. Hi, hi everyone. I'm Kali. I'm a visual effects artist in film and TV. I don't use TouchDesigner, but I like visuals. I love my music, and I like people, so that's why I'm here.
I'm Liam. I'm fairly new here. I'm originally from Toronto. I've been in Vancouver for about a couple of years. I work in product in the daytime, and at nighttime I do a lot of creative stuff. I do a lot of music. I have a background in development as well, so I like to get into code. I've recently embarked into TouchDesigner to do some experiments in hopes of doing some cool installations and probably some of my ornamented stuff. So yeah, but first and foremost, it's great to see everybody here and just like meet the brains, and I completely resonate with that statement about this being a really fun group of people.
I'm Sai, they, them. I am a recovering engineer and educator. These days I do a lot more creative technology in the like installation art space. And I started a podcast this year somehow, so that's a new thing. I want to get into, I just started playing with TouchDesigner this year, and I want to do more around projection mapping with it, and I love how you can staple systems together with TouchDesigner. So that's the integration piece is the draw for me.
No, I'm trying to make the most epic video game. I like TouchDesigner.
Nice.
Your name's Alex, right?
He's got dogs.
It's over. It's over.
Irfan?
It's on.
You
Yeah.
want to do a little intro?
Hi, my name is Irfan Brković. I will have a presentation tonight for you. But yeah, I just graduated at SFU School for Contemporary Arts, and I'm consider myself a maker first, and my work is spanning between performance, installation work, building environments, and so on. You'll have some chance to see more later.
Awesome. So Christian?
Yes, my name is Christian. I've been using TouchDesigner maybe early 2000s. I come from other backgrounds, so I come working with visuals and installations. Back then we used a lot of Max, MSP, and NATO, and Jitter K. Then after Jitter, I started for more TouchDesigner for doing like concepts and stuff. I switched careers. Now I work in the movie industry, but I was interested
dancer, video editing, but I love dance on film, movement on film, also creating live installations and things like that. So I'm really intrigued by what I've seen from the Touch Designer and how it amplifies movement, and just really curious about exploring that world a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Jared. I'm a videographer, photographer, motion designer. Mostly doing music production right now. It's taking my attention. A bit of DJing. I have a parkour background, so mostly what I'm trying to do now is figure out how human movement, music, and visual art in my life all play together. And I have a lot of collaborations with Josh. He's a really dope dancer. And we're trying to figure out how Touch Designer kind of works in that collaborative sense for our projects.
Hi everyone, I'm Gazelle. I'm a new media artist and filmmaker. I work mostly with 3D animation and generative media. I love Touch Designer, but it's not my main software. I use mostly Unreal Engine and Blender, but I also work with, experiment with Touch Designer a little bit. Like Irfan, who's in my cohort, I also recently graduated from SFU, MFA. And one of my MFA projects was a generative multi-channel I did with designer, and I'm very happy and curious to see what you all are doing and reading.
So, hi everyone, I'm Diana, and I'm a product designer and a bit of like a time waster. Touch designer is one of the ways in which I waste time. It's a really fun way to waste time actually, and some really awesome things have come from it. My background is in cognitive science, and then while I was becoming a product designer, I kept getting lured by Touch Designer. And I think my programming background a bit and like data visualization stuff and like sensor stuff kept drawing me in. And I think I've been experimenting with like random little tutorials with Touch Designer so far, but I think where I want to go next is like audio-visual stuff and designing more with sensors and like experiences off screen. So yeah, that's
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm a media designer and programmer. I come from the world of lighting, and I worked a lot in like large-scale architectural displays, and through that I moved into media design for large-scale displays as well, and themed attractions, theme parks, and all that, and worked on concerts and tours and all that kind of stuff, and started to use Touch Designer and interface with other Touch Designer programmers throughout doing that, which led me into this world, and then I started doing my own media installations there too. So good to meet everyone and looking to meet like-minded people as well in the Touch Designer space.
I'm Joel. I'm a designer and writer and producer of shows and installations for things like attractions and theme parks and exhibits and museums, and so I originally come from the world of theater, and then have like evolved it into interactive theater, and then turned that into figuring out ways to make people the main characters of their own life stories. So that's the kind of thing that I do. Touch Designer certainly enables that. I am not great at it, but I use it a little bit and love to see what other people are up to and see all the new thinking that's going on.
I'm Josh. I'm a motion and experiential designer, and lately I've been doing a lot of digital content, world building content for like trade show booths. It's kind of a growing industry right now, so it's fun to like apply motion design, animation, and like procedural world building with Touch Designer, Houdini, combo that with Unreal, make something really cool that's like high fidelity. That's kind of the world I'm in right now, so this is like Mecca right now.
My name is Grayson. I'm a graphic and motion designer during the day and analog VJ by night. So I actually design and build my own hardware as well. But yeah, I'm super interested in using Touch Designer with my analog workflow. It's my first meetup, so stoked to meet you.
I'm Joshua, Free Culture API. I'm bound to the oath. I make Blender animations and I run them through TouchDesigner, and I'm so to be here.
I'm Phoebe Titus. I teach post-production at Vancouver Film School, but I'm also an animator and a VR creator. I made an interactive VR piece that just went through a festival run, and I'm trying to get out of the headset and give people, like you were saying, real first-person experience with their art. So I'm pretty new to TouchDesigner, and but I'm really into it, and I want to learn how to connect it to Blender animations. So.
Hello, I'm Michael. I started out as an animator, got a degree in animation, then I jumped into VFX. Now I'm a senior environment artist. I did it for 7 years, but now I want to expand more, so I want to get to more of this stuff. And I'm first time here, so I'm really excited to be here.
Cool. Hey, I'm Quentin. I'm a game designer, and I've kind of, over the past few years, so I've always been in the area of interactive storytelling in the games, but over the past few years, I've kind of been leaning away from interactive media as a toy, aka video games, and more like interactive media as arts. So I've been kind of really interested in these like games adjacent spaces, and what you guys have been up to here. I've been to one other meetup like this, and it was some really cool and interesting conversations, and there seems to be a really cool diversity of stuff that people are getting up to. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to see what you guys get up to.
So hi everyone, I'm Arvind. I started out in fashion design, but then realized that I was marketing. So I became a marketing consultant, so same old branding, designing websites and communication strategy. Then realized I was doing content and got into making content in terms of 3D animation, 2D animation, virtual production. Then I realized this is not stop there, this is cool. Let's explore a little more. So now I'm just venturing into creative technology, app development, learning how to use models, like LLM models and all that. So more on the technology side and how I can just use all of this into marketing.
Hi, I'm Chris. I have a degree in animation, 3D, stop motion. I do the right thing. And then I got into TouchDesigner from this guy. And I've been using it to do like VJ stuff in the digital realm, and also like to do analog VJing and installations, sculptures, and just all the different things that TouchDesigner can do. It's really fun. I'm always happy to do these things, and there's lots of really cool people here. And I'm very excited to be cool.
And I guess in the last one, I'm Jonny Ostrem. I am an American. I came here. I'm actually Canadian as well. I came here like 20 years ago to go to art school, and I was like a painter. I was like painting. I'm an artist. And then I got disillusioned, and I decided to make things for games. Like started out like modding games, and then I got into animation, and then I didn't like rendering because it takes so long. Can we just do this faster? And then you do like you build real-time systems, and it's not actually faster. It's just you spend more time building the system. But yeah, so I'm really into experimental animation, film production stuff, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm also really into community stuff now. Recently, I'm like, I actually like being in rooms full of people, like-minded people, more than I like working super late on crazy projects now. So. Yeah, I run in space. So, I'll talk more about myself later on because I'll be the third presenter. And so I guess we'll start. And Andrew, are we ready to start?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The washrooms around the corner if you need. We should have some bubblies. We also have beer left over from a bunch of events. So help yourself if you like the whiskeys. So we'll just need a couple minutes to set up, and then we should be good. Any other questions? Anything else? No? Okay. We need some music. I can't sit in your projects.
Oh, so that, because today I was like, I don't know. Oh, that's the laptop. Oh. But I don't have that art. So if you have a laptop, I can maybe at the end, because Jonny has something. I know. You know.
So you haven't like posted it? They posted on my Instagram, but I haven't posted it on like the official like because I just worked on the software.
Okay. Oh, microphone.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Do a little sound check. Every single time I try to record.
Hey! What's
Oh.
up? Live stream.
Yeah, that seems.
Oh, that seems working?
That seems good.
Okay, great. Is there a chair?
Oh, you want a chair? How about a stool?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Is a stool a chair?
Yeah.
Is that okay, or do you want to?
No, that's good. And then is it sharing, or am I?
Oh wait, I have to press my capture. Oh yeah, that's cool. Woo! You probably turn off the live cam stuff.
Awesome.
I almost made a big mistake. Sorry. Oh, that's okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm actually double check.
And you don't need audio.
No. I don't think so. Yeah.
Right.
I think we're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Is it bright?
No, that's good.
People are building their whole spaces now with all this, so it's a fun space to play.
Hi. Hey. I'm Andrew. I make art with TouchDesigner. First thing I want you to show you guys though is this thing by an artist that I really, really love. His name is Pakada12. And he's made these little fun jellyfish. And I am super obsessed with these because they are using inverse kinematics. And I don't know if you guys know what inverse kinematics is, but it's a way to do procedural animation by basically physics, like implementing physics with code. Cool thing about this guy, I follow him religiously, is that he does this all in TouchDesigner in tops. Not a single line of code. It's incredible to me that he's gotten this far, where he's been able to implement Verlet physics, inverse kinematics, all in 3D, all optimized, to be able to like have this thing. I don't know. Anyways, just wanted to show you that because I saw this yesterday and I was like, I have no one to nerd out about this with. No. So, yeah. Anyways, so like this is my art. I do cool cinematic-ish things in TouchDesigner that are very much like inspired off of the ocean or like space. And I just wanted to go through my process and how I made this jellyfish over here. And I don't know, just like my but yeah, so this is my jellyfish in TouchDesigner, and it's also all in tops. So I would say I'm like a glorified 3D calculator. I basically use a bunch of math functions to shape my objects, and today I really wanted to talk about something that I think is really important in terms of, I guess, my practice, but if you guys ever do try to make point clouds that instance into really cool 3D like structures, like this one, for example, right? This is all like point clouds. Like every single little thing is just like a piece of data. And one of the things that I'm like been pretty adamant on like trying to make sure that I'm always doing whenever I'm making this is organizing my data from like greatest to least. So this is a ramp, and a ramp is basically linear interpolation. It's a line. It's a line of data that is ordered from smallest to greatest. And if you are using a ramp in TouchDesigner, it's pretty easy to continue your workflow and sort of organize, just like sort of have this workflow that's always organized from greatest to least. in terms of like data, and it's really good because you can. Well, I don't know. Let me go through this. So, yeah. So like this is like this is just if you like view it as points. Wait, hold on. Let me change this, and then I go into this one. So this right here is basically a 3D texture, or sorry, a 2D texture of what a circle would look like in 3D. And it's all organized in a very nice gradient. And I think that when you're learning about TouchDesigner, there's a lot of gradients that sort of appear naturally because of the way that you're ordered. But you end up, like it looks confusing, but it's just means that it's ordered. And the reason why I wanted to like sort of go about this is because one of the things that you can do is if you are instancing, say, a giant structure of jellyfish, right? One of the things that you can do is if your data is organized, every single position of your like of like a point in your structure is mapped to like the exact location in the texture. So if I like this is basically my color instancing for my jellyfish tendrils. And it's really, really useful, at least for me, to be able to look at my color instancing and sort of see, oh, like each one is sort of mapped to one of these sort of locations. And what is also really, really neat is if I go into using ramps and, wait, where did I put it? I believe it should be, yeah, okay. So I also, this one is for the size of the jellyfish. And with a ramp, if you use ramps to create like a point cloud, you can also use ramps to easily control it because both of them are like ordered and like, you know, like 1-to-1 or whatever. So what you can do is like right now, all the white is what is being like its true size, but then I can like move my, like this black is when the size is 0 and it maps directly to jellyfish. It's just useful. And so that's like what I've been really trying to do. And it's really, really easy if you're sort of making your own things, but if you are given like a point cloud and you're importing that point cloud, usually that data is not organized. And so I guess my challenge now is like trying to figure out ways to organize that data so it's like from least to greatest, but I haven't really found a way. Another thing that I've been trying to fix is one of the things about my jellyfish is that it has a bunch of these tendrils, and all of these tendrils are like kind of random-ish. And the reason why they're random is because I have added a bit of noise to my, like each instance. Like all of them are just like lines, but then you add some noise to give them some waves. But the problem is that this like, one second. So this setup right here is how I'm randomizing it. And basically what I'm doing is for like each, I guess like section of tendrils, I'm creating like a new noise texture to like sort of combine with the actual tendril. And I'm sort of like struggling with finding a good way to do this because right now I'm literally subdividing each part of the texture. So then it's sort of just like repeating, and I don't think this is a very elegant solution. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with like noise in a way that you need to spread it evenly. Like you want to spread the randomness evenly, but each time you spread it, you want it differently. Like I kind of want to figure out a way to do that in one way, but like I don't know how, because when I just do it with a regular ramp, it's just like what you end up getting, with the regular, like a single noise, like I just changed it. But what you end up getting is just like very, very like similar, I guess like tentacles, and it doesn't look as good if you were to just randomize all of them. So yeah, my solution subdivide all of them. And it's slow, I don't think it's elegant, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe someone else has a solution for that. But yeah, aside from that, I think, oh right, and then I wanted to show you guys, so this is the, so these ones were for the tendrils, but these ones are for my like jellyfish head, like where I, okay, that's gonna be good enough. I hope that you guys can see that. But yeah, I also wanted to show you guys this one as well. I mean, just like as another example, I think this one's really cool because there's like a bit of shimmering, and the reason why is because this one right here is like the scale, like the black and white is the scale of each line, like the size, and so when it's moving downwards, the size is sort of like growing and then shrinking, and then the color is going upwards. So you have this sort of like, I guess like, opposite effect, which gives it like a little bit of like a shimmer, which I really think is really cool. But if you were to, that's the wrong one.
Now everyone forgets their birthday?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I just disabled, I disabled the color, right? And now it's just the scale that's sort of like moving downwards. And then you can do the same thing with the scale. And if you do the scale, then you just have the lines, and you can see that there's like a little gradient that's like sort of moving upwards. Yeah, how am I doing for time?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know, like I don't want to take up too much time, but oh, and then another thing was, so this is what happens when data is nicely organized, right, from top to bottom, right, because now you can really do a lot more stuff with instancing. I think that a big problem with me when I first started using TouchDesigner and like playing around with noise a lot was that the instancing wasn't as intuitive because your points are all random. So when you're like applying like a texture, like say color or something, you don't really have that much control over it. So my other project, I've been trying to like this is, I guess this is an example of like when I started off with like very organized data, but then I added more and more noise, and eventually it got to a point where it wasn't good anymore. But yeah, like I have this noise to like sort of like move this point cloud texture in different ways. So this is like the actual point cloud right here. And so like each seed maps to like a different transformation, and it's like super cool, in my opinion. But it's kind of frustrating because I have no control with the size of the point cloud. And like if I were to, like one of the things that was really nice about the last one, right, was I could just fade like times dot seconds it and like phase the ramp to make it sort of move. But when I do that with like this one, let's say this ramp right here, which controls the size. Oh, nope. Oh, is that even the ramp that I'm using? Oh yeah, it is. Like it's cool, but like it's not in an order. I don't know. I don't in order the way that I want it to be. I'd rather just want it to be like top down, I guess. But this one's like it's sort of like going downwards, upwards, and then like also through the center. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Oh, and then one more thing is, if any of you guys know how to do camera movements or like anything like that, like I don't know, just like the exploration of, like I don't know, I think that these scenes are really cool, but all of my artworks are pretty still because I don't really know how to do camera movement or like transitions for like scenes, I guess. Like I think that like right now another thing I really want to work on is like I want to where is that noise? This one. Like I would think it would be really cool if I like had this one and then all of a sudden it's like the camera's flying and like sort of exploring it, and then one. Not sure. Like I've seen people use like Xbox controllers. I think that's really cool. But yeah, if anyone wants to like go through that and help me with. Anyways, last thing that I would love for you guys is this is my it's Sun and I recently updated it because I'm applying for master programs, but with this update, I'm not sure if it's broken. Last time when I was like making it, because I like coded this all by myself, and I was like, oh my god, if I code it myself, I can make it super simple and don't organize it and maintain it like super frequent, like super delicately, because it's gonna be some photos and some images. Like, what's the big deal? And then when I was updating it for my master's program, it like completely like it shut down, and I was like, what is going on? So I think I fixed it, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you guys are like working, okay. One of the problems was like when it kept on clicking on like different links, eventually it would sort of crash. So, anyways, yeah, that's it. Please let me know, and if you have any questions or if you guys want to know more about how I actually like do this art process. I didn't really go through the actual texture building that I usually do, but if you guys want to learn more, please like hit me up on Instagram or talk to me like whenever you want, like tonight. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Thank you.
Questions? I have a question.
Yeah.
So, is it basically that like you're storing position values of points in colors? Like X, Y, Z, RGB, and then you're mixing them all together and you're instancing points?
Yeah, so if you've ever messed with like instancing a point cloud, there's like the position data, there's the scale data, and then there's the color data. And so I guess my point of this presentation was just to be like, if I know this doesn't look like it's organized from top to bottom, but trust me, it is. And when it is like organized from top to bottom, your ramps sort of follow the flow at which your texture grows, right? For example, let me go through. Yeah. So if this is my head like glittery position, this is like the actual texture. And actually, this is a bad example. Let's go to the tendrils. Yeah, so the tendrils sort of have this same sort of like left to right as my texture, and when you have that color, it sort of just follows through, and it just makes like instancing a lot nicer, and you get a lot more control on how you can decorate your point clouds. Yeah. That's about it.
Any questions? No questions?
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is there like any like volumetric stuff going on with the lights and the jellyfish?
No, it's.
So yeah, how does it look so awesome?
Radio blur.
Radio blur.
Woo! Yeah. So there's a lot of the post processing is something that I have a lot of struggle actually doing, because I'm not very I don't have like that big of an artistic background. So what I do is look at like Photoshop, After Effects tutorials. Usually those tutorials, you can, like TouchDesigner has the built-in tools to mimic those tutorials in a different way, but if you can like make the connection, then you're able to like make your scene more cinematic. Yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah.
Nice. And Trian from the Discord said you should post your site there, so we can all test it.
Oh,
we can all break it
smart.
together.
Okay, yes, I will do that.
Awesome. Thank you
guys.
again, Andrew. And now we'll just take 5 minutes and have Irfan set up. Yeah, so we'll be right back. Oh yeah,
let's go. Let's test the sound.
Thank you. So good. There we go, 50 frames a second. 60! Oh my lord, we got 60 frames a second, baby! Holy shit. Okay. You have sound too,
Yes,
right?
yes, let's try it.
Okay.
Should be playing right now.
Oh, it's not plugged in yet though. Okay, so then you also have HDMI?
Yep.
You want us to be on this side, right?
Yeah.
You want to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me
yes,
one, give me one.
Give me the seat. Give me.
Sound.
First slide should have sound?
Yeah, and I'll go to take a seat.
It's working. Okay, thanks for coming by.
See you next time.
See ya. I'm not seeing it yet. Are the screens mirroring? There we go. Nice. Does that look right? That looks right? Yeah. Okay, now let's do a little audio test. And you got audio going out to the headphone jack? Yep.
If I play, do you want me to
Play anything like stuff out from the
yeah, okay. Now the sound is coming out. Just sound.
Sound's coming out of the headphone jack.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any signal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that should be it's playing now. Huh? Played. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Why does it keep stopping?
I don't know.
Try it again.
That's playing now. Oh.
But no audio?
No. That's the thing. This happens to me often.
Really?
Because of the copyrights, I think, you know, or something like that.
So
Or we can play.
There should be audio coming out here?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with your mouse. I don't know how to use it. Try playing some more audio. try changing the output again. Did we have it for a second? We did, didn't we? Okay, so it's going to the. We're doing the audio. Let's try the headphone jack.
Okay, now so the guy is coming out.
Coming out? I don't know, my dude. And you've got a different. We've tried both the outputs, right?
Yeah, if you want to, this but chopping out.
Let's try this again. Let's try this.
Yeah.
This is my handshake. It plays for a second, huh?
Yeah, and it plays still but doesn't.
And I'm still not getting your video.
Oh, video will, wait, video is, yeah, video is here.
Oh, so you got it. Okay. Can you try mirroring your screens? Is that possible? Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not it.
Does that? Yeah?
Yeah, you can try mirroring them.
No, wait.
We're troubleshooting.
Right,
verify. And then any audio?
Wait, I'm mirroring now.
Okay. And then anything audio?
Audio is still, okay, I'm playing audio. But, it's not now.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm playing through off.
Looks like it's not playing though.
Yeah. You know why? You know why? Let's see. Do you have like a USB?
You said the audio from the song here. Selection of audio is the same. And then the audio is. What's headphones for recording? Okay. What's computer audio? No, it's not it. Okay, let's try one more thing. One more thing. And then we might have to go without. We might have to go without audio. Okay.
Okay, and then now I should see display. Okay, I can play the
Oh, it was so close. We heard it for a second, right?
Wait, what about now? Try now because this is different.
Everything's all good. You should be able to play.
Do you have sound now? Huh? I'm playing sound now.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything. I got nothing. Nothing. No audio. So we might have to just.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, if you have, you don't have a sound interface, no?
I don't know.
It's okay. Let's do
Yeah. The only other thing you could do is if you have OBS, you could send an NDI stream. But it's okay. No sound? Okay. Okay.
No sound.
Alright, ready when you are. Alright.
Is this the usually how it goes? You leave this border for.
I can make it larger.
Yeah, or you feel like, yeah.
What is the actual size? I don't know.
That's fine to send you, but then
I guess it's even bigger though.
9 and 20 by 10. It's okay. It's okay.
There we go. It might not be the right aspect ratio. Yeah.
It's an extension.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just grab one more beer.
Okay. All right, are we ready? Nice. So unfortunately, I have failed Irfan, and the audio is not being captured from this computer. So apologies, Irfan. But we got the video, and we got you.
Yeah.
So we can go.
And we have something else coming in.
Yeah, we can hear that.
We can hear sound from the laptop. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Okay, everything is here. Hi, my name is Irfan, and also known as Hypermosh. Misprint, so many different names I've changed through during the history, just for sake of having fun. This is me right here as I graduated a few weeks ago here at the School for Contemporary Arts at Simon Fraser University. And this is me maybe 10 years ago, scavenging on the flea market in Bosnia, where I'm coming from. So this is my sanctuary, a relic place where I collect all of the good stuff and then implement that in my performance. Yeah, and then you can see some architecture where I'm coming from, almost like this brutalist, very inspiring. Oh no, this is the wrong slide. Actually, yeah, let's start from here. So these are three spots. In Bosnia, I had when I started in Bosnia, like I went through war. After war, we had what should we do? Then party, you know, we just partied a lot. And I coined the drum and bass collective called Fallout, and we traveled around and toured the festivals, and it was a drum and bass audio-visual collective. And I was using Resolute monitor. Resolute modulate, and Resolute him a little bit before Timeline. And then I went to New York with a few folks for FaceSpace, and then recently here a week ago within SFU we formed a Precursor Lab. So Precursor Lab is an environment for rapid prototyping and the use of creative technology in the performance mostly, but also for the installation. So how it was, oh, we have sound, but here. So this was on Friday. So this is just a real, yeah. So we have a 3D printing machine, laser cutters, all of the whatever, but most importantly, we have a lot of analog tools like glitch boxes and stuff, which I still love to use, and that's why I went to flea markets, because I was scavenging old video mixers and like circuit bending them and stuff like that. I still consider that analog part of this is very important, and interestingly. A lot of noise generated in TouchDesigner, recently Greg told me, was from VHX50 Panasonic video mixer that he still has in his studio, and he's still trying to crankle that noise and put it in the TouchDesigner algorithm. But this is how it looked. Oh no, wrong. Yeah. Oh, and same day on last Friday, I finished my paper on laserography. And I give myself right and freedom to call it laserography, and I want to hear your opinion at the end and questions related to that. Does it make sense? So what is it? It's actually, I'll tell you more about it, but this is the Fallout we start. This is pretty much that band. Okay, what's going on? So here I used joysticks on, like this was 2009 or 7. I used joysticks before. I mean, TouchDesigner was present, but before not before. I just used joysticks on the PlayStation tool, best console ever made. I still consider, but without wire. I found cheap UVF controllers to control it and load the USB clips over the USB stick, 320 by 240 resolution, converted in specific formats, just to mix them live.
and still my favorite console. I put it in the pocket. But then I glitched copy fax machine. This is my father, and this is Richard D. James Weirstadt. And this is a first project in TouchDesigner on a larger scale. This is out of Bosnia, 2021, old bridge built by Ottoman in the 14th century. I proposed to do environment in TouchDesigner that was audiovisual scape, inspired by mycelium network, and it was representing the history of this bridge that was destroyed during the war in '94, and kind of like this integration of represented by this show. And for that show, I mean, I used super collider and a lot of little synthesizers, and so this environment was built like that could communicate back and forth between touch and super collider. Also can be installation, performance. I don't consider this genre like it can be anything. So this is during the night called Hipai. It looked like this. I have little. The sound is coming from here. Sorry guys, but yeah. So this bridge is like 30 meters tall and very bad quality clip, but good quality clip is here. So I don't know. I use like a video projector of 20K of lumens and. So what I was doing, and I'm still doing, I was just punching a lot of keys. There is a noise in the background preset with volumetrics of these particles. But when I play just keys. I don't know the music. I just have a lot of reverb and delay pedals at the end, and I love to hear what I hear. So how did it look like? Before that, this was like a little setup of like prototyping it. 3D printed old bridge with this ball that failed. I had a large balloon that I wanted to project, and it failed on the day it glowed because of the sun. And I needed to reprogram everything 2 hours before the show. Luckily, TouchDesigner is great for that. It's great for prototyping and easy fix, and even if you know in your head, or if you have your network drawn out, which I usually do, I draw my network on the sketch paper, you can easily reproduce it. You can recreate it in like very short amount of time. So yeah, 3D model of the. This is just I'm showing that I know how to 3D model. Like I just I'm not using that much 3D modeling. But then there is an interesting thing. I always use like symbol. It helps a lot, signal plans, to plan where the things are going into the space. Video machine, sound machine, a lot of synthesizers. If you have more questions, ask me. But let's go for. This is aerial view. Okay, then back to New York. So I moved to New York in 2017 or so to join theater company, the Worcester Group, but then I also found Paloma Kopp and Andre J, the guy who is building Phosphorm, what's the name of the other, he's building a lot of little synthesizers, Andre J, Video Wizard, and we formed a face space. It was a space for creative technology and performance and interdisciplinary media, and we had a little garage and basement there would be jam and also do shows. And it looked like this pretty much, a lot of video mixers, a lot of video TV screens, cathode ray tubes. And this is the performance space where I was also performing with theater company, working for video design on stage. We had screens on connected sculptures that will move up and down, left and right, depending on the performance. The whole system would look like something else from TV station, a lot of 18 channels of video, for audience, at least 3 or 4, and for the actors 6 that they could reflect and just be inspired on stage. But then during the time at FaceSpace, I was very inspired by using vectors and vector drawings and vector synthesis, which maybe some of you know and familiar by this guy Derek Holzer, who was the one who kind of started. There are many. There's a whole chronology and a whole lineage of people who were doing it earlier, but recently he released a book called Vector Synthesis, and I recommend you to read if you're into oscilloscope music. And also some of you also know by Jerome Fenderson and Alberto Navarro and a few guys who are dealing with it. But what's interesting about it is that I was just obsessed by immediacy of sound and visuals in the form that you can represent by playing a synthesizer. This is a custom-made synthesizer here run by Nano Control, processed by SP404. And what's interesting about it is this thing of, I was at this drum and bass collective, but then I was always chasing of how I can recreate the sound and visuals at the same time, how I can manipulate these two. And whatever you do, yeah, like it's close to it, but there's a lag. If you use video or if you use, this was very immediate, using a sound signal sent to oscilloscope that represent the sound and that you can also hear. Oscilloscope is a device for measuring electronic voltage. And then playing there, I've kind of abandoned the video for a while, just because of the sake of this lag, or even though the black screen that you can see even when you're not projecting the image. But then I was called, so after that I applied for master studies, and I was invited here to do my MFA, and here we are now. This is the beginning of that paper. I was just exploring these forms in the space and volumetrics of laser light. So interesting is that this principle can be applied for the principle that you can, for oscilloscope can be applied also for lasers. And these are some shapes and forms created by sound. So in order to create, so the principle behind the sound modulated light, it is the sound sent, a sound voltage of +5, -5 sent to oscilloscope either or to a laser display to represent the shape. So I found this very interesting that it works, these two work together like in the same principle. And what's interesting, what also is very interesting is that in this domain, when you build a tool in TouchDesigner, that you can pretty much lock the box, close the box, use NanoJet or something and put it in a shoebox and then drive it, which I'm obsessed. I hate being on a computer and programming and just sitting down. I build the instrument and then leave it and then use joysticks to control. And either right or I don't know, some amount of points or so. Limitation for me is very important. This is how I went, actually how I stumbled upon, how I came to this was through this, because I found Christmas laser projector. It was built for playing Santa Claus, deers and so on. So, but then I was playing around and I figured out that it's possible to inject 5 -5 here, and I went to Vancouver Hackspace. But interestingly, I had Mod2 for a long time, like Mod2 audio interface for like at least 10 years, 5 years. And I knew that it's good because the guy, one of the sound engineers told me you can use unbalanced sound and send voltage control signal for modular synthesis or for this purpose. So I had that device with me for 5 years. I was using it to play the sound, but now I use it to inject the signal here. And I managed to get some forms. And then I built a custom build, a converter, which is used to control laser systems. You can pre-buy it, it's $500. I built it for $25 with Tupperware box and a few of the XLRs. And then it's nothing new, like I didn't invent this. I found that we are now having ability to control lasers in a way that represent more shapes. And I think the future will be a laser projection, but not just a laser projection that's now a laser projection. So with the lasers that we see that can shoot on a higher distance, will be probably 3 of them multiplied to shoot the larger image on a mountain in a raster, not in a vector. More on that later. Just so you can see that I also use TouchDesigner. So this is an image converted into 3D object, traced, and then traced into the sound. And that sound is sent to create the image here. And this is one of the first. I love this one because it's the very, very kind of primitive and first intuitive, you know, like we want to create complex stuff, but then what the tool is, what do we want to say. The result of this is one of the first images, still my favorite that I made with this, that coined this laserography, it's this one. So I drawn this on the cyanotype. And pretty much I created this image using cyanotype and glow in dark, medium mixed out, and I got these blobs and so on, but it was created pretty much in a real time. And this is a small image. It's my auto-portrait, still one of my favorites. Very, very random creation, and that it comes that analog side of what you also spoke, the guy who's building hardware here. I think that's very important for me or for us to have that ability to go do digital but then experiment in this analog realm. Because it's tactile, because you can see it, because then the creation goes. If you're stuck in building patches, then we're not taking care of, I don't know, like for me it's, I love tactility, I love to be in studio. So this is, yeah, same principle, oscilloscope, synthesizer, or TouchDesigner with Mod 2, or synthesizer with Mod 2, or modular synthesizer that can sell the voltage to control a shape on oscilloscope or a laser display. How it works, X and Y, X axis and Y axis on Cartesian are creating shapes. There are these galvo motors that are very expensive. Luckily, Christmas laser projector had them, but it worked fine. Okay, we can skip this. This is me trying. Okay, so this is this is my final performance that I did for my graduation, and that the background is laserography. But this one is called 02XE. And it was actually just a darkroom simulation in front of the audience. So my goal was, why don't I develop the whole work from the beginning to the end, a visual artworks in front of the audience and exhibit them. And I'm doing well, 16th minute. And then so I've used I used paper coated with cyanotype, dried on the stage, mixed before then. There are two chemical compounds, and there's two distinctive mediums here, I would say. One is laser drawing on the glow in dark, which some of you already saw, and it's kind of this chasing this memory. So once you draw something, it fades out and you redraw. This is glow in dark of capturing the memory. This is glow in dark, glow in dark. I need to find. Yeah, so okay, here. So this is glow in dark. This is so I'm here capturing, and here chasing, and kind of here capturing. So this work will stay and be exhibited here in the space. And it was built on a system in TouchDesigner, and Châtain, the program that would send an OSC message to control the events in TouchDesigner, just for sake, because I wanted to create a timeline. I always build a tool that's improvisational. So build a joystick that can control this world, a video game, open video game, but not lock. You know, like you can move, you can do as much as you want. But then here I give myself task to build a timeline. But then in that timeline also there are a random moment of, they had these screens on stage where actors, where they would randomly receive the message for for kind of signal transmission. Signal received, exposure in progress, and then exposure locked. So they never know when they will receive the signal. And that was kind of a random moment. And then first paper that I wrote was on randomness and noise, which I'm obsessed. We can talk more about it. So I think that gives a little more of natural, organic, or intermediate, or however you call it, like unexpected moment of, you know, like of creation that I found very interesting for performance, but also everywhere, like when you don't know that the signal will come. this was the intro for the show. I think this was Glow in Dark. And this sound that you can hear is the sound of shape being formed. So that's kind of this synesthetic moment of are the actors that, like, I'm introducing the characters. It's something that could be, I don't know, like almost like a video game from 90s or Siphon Cell. What's the name of that game? Siphon Cell. Siphon. So yeah, the image trace the sound, sound sent to the laser. And now we're getting on stage and so on. I was very, very hard on them because, yeah. Okay, so we had half fun. It's because of the complexity of the show. We have, I imagine it as pre-production coating, darkroom exposing, and post-production checking and exhibiting the work, but then it didn't work out because, you know, there's a lot of, I had 2 weeks to produce show and I didn't have more money for it. But at the end we have works here exhibited, not as detailed, I don't know if I have, not as detailed as this one, but I don't have maybe inspiration were Yugoslav brutalist monuments, and I traced them and kind of exposed these canvases. Unfortunately I don't have an image of that, right? But I have this was etched, laser etched paper bill on a large scale, inspired also by Yugoslavian, dinar, dinero, and yeah, I went deeper to kind of talk about what does it mean as an artist, me being here trying, as everyone, we are trying hard, especially who is immigrant, to maintain, to live, to, you know, like just putting some background to it, because of the school, usually I don't put this philosophy or paper, I just play. And I started to write about vector vision and vector vision research, what does that mean? This is like a relics from the show were exhibited in our Dane gallery here at SFU, where the precursor lab is to visit us. Some punch cards, this is all produced in a like similar same image, but then traced and traced and traced again, and basically on this how do you call it, spontaneous activation of photochemicals in cyanotype, you get different results. So that's something that was pretty interesting. Yeah, I do workshops too, invite me, trying to promote myself. Doing creating direction, 3D classes, logo making, building environments, consulting. If you need help, please call me. And yeah, for the future, I have Spring Show at Queen Elizabeth. I'm doing this ballet, dance, video design, creative direction, performance probably at the end of the January at Precursor Lab on B2 level at our school, just below the Victoria Park. And I'm building small installation for Royal BC Museum in for the March. Yeah, and this is an excerpt from this performance that I'll do in a month or so. It's an interaction between video and the laser, and probably I'll add a layer of glow in dark coated material for this one. And this is a Christmas laser projector working. So it's not. I have like, yeah. There are more few fancy projectors right now, but interestingly, they don't work as good as this one in some ways. But thank you. I love questions. Yes, please.
So, laserography, did I get it right?
Yeah.
It's basically drawing things with laser. Is that on cyano? Like,
yeah.
Okay, that's really freaking cool. my question is like, how do you make it so precise? I feel like on the stage, like you have everything sort of like perfectly lined up on that like one, like when you were doing that performance.
Yep.
With the circle, and then I just think that's really cool that like they kind of like perfectly replace each other. Like I'm like, I guess like I'm wondering, how do you calibrate, like if you have a laser, how do you calibrate it to like a perfect place for each like step, I guess?
So you mean like, for example, having a stage with people here and
On the walls.
Yeah. Huh?
On the walls, like the video that you showed us.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Like that, yeah.
This one.
Like this one, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's so precise, and then like after the circle, like you like basically like shoot one face, and then you replace it with another one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So this is like there are two ways of doing. Like depends. There I would say like three ways of doing the show. You can do improvised, no? Like you can assign it as an instrument or you play a synthesizer, or the second one could be that you program everything on a timeline and everything goes on a timeline, and third one could be mix of two. So you create a sandbox, you have a scene where you can improvise and then see where you have a timeline based events. So this one I give myself challenge to do a timeline. So this introduction was done in the timeline. So it was a series of events triggered by OSC from another software, and it's kind of for building media servers. You have few softwares to do that, and they're all expensive and so on. But I use Chantain, which is free, and you can actually send OSC to any, like you can control. Well, for this show. For the show that I'm doing right now, it's like one single person operates, like lights, smoke machine, video, and then everything from one source. You can control everything. It's programmed from one place to send a message to all of it via OSC. So this is in timeline created. It's not jammed like I just give myself a task to do it, and I feel you can go deeper, but maybe not. Depends what you're doing, yeah. If you're doing more abstract, I would say improvise. If you're doing more figurative, then do timeline.
And since, like you said, you're using OSC, so I'm assuming it's being sent over a network and it's like the server is receiving and distributing it to the systems. So did you consider like packet loss to be a problem when you were making this?
Packet loss?
Yeah.
Like a frame drop or something?
Yeah, like just data packets being dropped. Let's say like you're sending.
Yeah, I consider it, but like I love mistakes in glitch. Depends. Like if I'm doing it for a client, then that would be a problem. But for this show, then fine. Like can you give me an example?
For example, let's say you send this one MIDI node from Superglider to whatever the laser projector is via OSC and goes to Chantain, and then it projects it. And the packet containing that audio data file being sent just drops out. So would you consider having the glitch being shown, or would you not consider?
Yes, I mean I usually for this show when the glitch happens, I stopped and then I make everyone do the glitch, and then we do that glitch over and over again, and it's part of the show. It's like I'm just love and this is the part of the Worcester group that I work in. They're also doing that. Like there would be a performer who would do a scene, and they would slip on the stage, and they would be like, "Oh great, take that," and then whole audience will be tricked by it, So but then when I worked for the Moment Factory, this couldn't happen, it was fucked. It was like if you have this, then you need to frame drop, all of that. It's nightmare. So depends on the aesthetic of what you do. So laserography is so it's like light painting, like Picasso did it. But what's the difference here is I think there's a unique thing is that it's not the camera so there's no lens in this moment, So the lights, I'm controlling the light source, no. So previously the light source would be controlled by maybe pen pointer, light pen pointer, and then the camera would capture. But now there's no that camera capture. I see this as something going out of the oscilloscope or TV screens. So it's kind of like there's I will send you. I have paper. I submitted on Friday. Whoever wants a paper, please reach out. I'll post it on my website.
I'm very obsessed by phosphor, like material glows in dark, and also like what does it mean like to be inside of TV screen, like on old cathode ray tube TV screen where electron beams are drawn by a gun. So yeah, more questions? And another thing is that it's in real time as this software. So drawing of this image on cyanotype happens in real time on a large scale, like 10 by 10 feet. It's similar as laser cutter would draw, on a machine, but now we have it in the space. And there's a lot of regulations that I haven't spoke about it that limited me in the execution, of course, because of safety and yeah. Thank you.
Amazing.
All right, so I'll just do a 5-minute break, and then I'll present shortly, and then hang out and just listen to music and stuff. So, yeah. All right.
So that's like one of the yeah, no,
These are fun. This is like, you know what I mean?
Right?
This is dude, holy shit.
So good. I like that.
Just casual, like, oh yeah, I was looking like rewire a motherboard.
Yeah, modified a Christmas laser.
I took like a Christmas laser and now it can like shoot drones down or something. No big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
that you just like ran like.
We're gonna take a Actually, I'll. Oh no! Okay. We start now. Hello, everybody. Just to make sure that the stream is okay. I think it is. Yeah, we are here. I did not really prepare for this at all. That's okay. So I don't have any. I have no slides. I spent the whole time trying to figure this thing out. First, I want to go back to the camera thing, just for fun, because I like it so much. There's a basketball. Oh, here it is. I'm really obsessed with this thing. I made it last night, and I don't know if you guys, I showed you guys before, but would you mind turning on that left light switch really quick? Yeah, that one right there. I just want to see if this works.
Whoa. Yeah.
Okay. So that happened because it's all about finding differences, right? So now everyone has to be really still. And now we can see who's not being still. Oh, it's me, isn't it? It's this light, actually. Okay. But now when no one's moving, so I'll do this, and I roll this. Oh yeah. And then you can roll that to me or someone else.
Does it bounce?
It does bounce. Let's do it. You get the trail?
Yeah.
That was so sweet. And but I won't do that right now. It's too. But isn't this crazy?
So crazy.
This is like we're generating XY coordinates off this, and the reason I'm showing it maybe is because what can we do with those XY coordinates? It's like, wouldn't it be cool if we could just blast them out to somebody else on the internet? Well, it's a foreshadowing. If only. Yeah, so I really like that. Another thing that came up with this, as I was thinking about it last night, is that it's like showing energy, right? It's like if someone's really moving a lot, we can generate a lot of particles. And it's like showing what's happening in this room. And maybe sometimes it's invisible to us, but like when it goes quiet and it's nighttime, there's no movement at all, there's no particles. It's kind of like quantifying the energy that we're all putting into the room. And I like that because I'm always trying to find ways to multiply the energy in Z-space and carry it through. And part of the way we do that is by taking pictures and showing there's people in this room. But that also has problems too. It's like people don't necessarily want to be put on the internet without their permission, even though you guys are right now, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But I get with this thought of defensive surveillance, which I really like, which is basically, you can't really see it, but basically, where is it? I might have gotten in too deep here. Whatever it is. It's somewhere in this thing. But basically what is happening, it's in a different file actually, is that it's blurring where there's movement. And so what that means is that we can blur where people are. And so if people want to choose to be blurred, if we could track them, then they could be like a void presence, which means that they can be at an event that's live streaming, but they can also not be represented in the live stream. So it's a way of us implementing this thing that we're calling shy reality, where it's like, how can people show up and protect their privacy? So that's part of what that's about. But we'll get back to that next one. Would you mind doing the lights again? The real reason I'm here to talk to you guys is about the metaverse. Let's get a sense of the room, how people feel about it. If you like the metaverse and excited you go, make a happy noise, and if you hate it so much, make a groaning noise. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. A lot of hesitation. I feel like the groans won there. I don't know. Well, I kind of feel the same way, especially when I see other visions of the metaverse. Decentraland and VR chat, and a lot of times metaverse is very much like headset. It's like you got your headset on, cheaper than the other guy's NFT shoes, harass you, and reproduce class inequality and social stuff in the metaverse. This is great. We built a one-to-one. Well, I really dislike all of that. So I've had this idea brewing in my head for a long time, which is like, well, metaverse isn't like platform. It's not a single thing. It's the meta. It's the one out. It's the metadata. We don't need to have a single. We don't need, Fortnite and Roblox to have interoperability. You can bring your Fortnite shit into whatever. We just need less boundaries, less data boundaries, and we need. Oh, you can. We need more data flow, and we need to empower people to have control over metadata. I'm being really vague right now. You know what? How would I just hop into this thing that I built recently, which is my take on the metaverse. I don't think the metaverse is any of these platforms. I think the metaverse is data flows. I think it's the highest level out, and I think that TouchDesigner is actually a really great place for the metaverse or to start. And so I think that's, I've built a project or component for all of us to use that kind of plays in this idea. And you know what, I'll just show it right now, why not? This is it. This is the Metaverse Talks. So what we're looking at is we're looking at a real-time representation of a bunch of people. We have Santa, we have Haptic Drift, we've got a bunch of other people, and we've got Z-Space, that's us. And so if I'm on my computer and you're on your computer and we're connected to the same Wi-Fi, then I can create a touch out. And then if you know my IP address, 192.168.0.68 or whatever, then if you know that number, then you can receive the data that I'm sending. And I'll show that a little bit later. But there's a big limitation to it, and that's like we have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. Well, we could data wherever the hell we want. So that's what this is. So basically, this is a component where each person has a XYZ location. Hi guys. Ah, this is crazy. And it's sending WebSocket connection, WebSocket to the World Tree server. And it's bouncing down to everybody and telling everyone where we are. Well, you can do more, of course. It's not just like moving around and all that. Let's the network itself. The Metaverse Talks. Well, you know what? Actually, it might not be very interesting. It's just like a bunch of okay, here we go. Render stuff. It's got some render picking. It's got some WebSocket stuff. It's not actually that interesting, but what you can do is you can let's play an audio file. Yeah. Okay, we got this really good. You guys know what this sounds like, right? It's like the it's the default. Well, what if we like took it and we multiplied it a bit and then did some audio analysis on it? Sweet. Okay. Well, guess what? I plugged it into the Metaverse component, and now let's close this. And now you might be able to see I got data showing in the lower left, and actually that little ring that's around me should be kind of like moving toward it. Well, the second thing you do is you can right-click on people, and you can choose to receive their data. So whatever on their side they're putting into their component, you can receive out of your component. Well, that's true. This is a live demo, so this is kind of risk. All right, somebody's sending me Chan 1. That's great. Real interesting. Okay, let's see what Santa has. Santa? Okay, Santa's sending some bleep bloops. I don't know what that is. Anything else? Haptic drift? Anything? Come on, people. This could be a bug, but I don't think it is. I think it's been working pretty well. I think people are just not being very imaginative. Well, you know what? let's demonstrate that it actually works. So I'll just like go to this. So now I'll go to the other. Okay, chill. I'll go to my other computer here. And don't say that. Okay, I'll bring in the metaverse talks. Nice. Okay, so let's try that again. And I just, oh wait, I'm really confused here. Okay, so this is my other screen, and that's my left side screen. So if I'm successful, I should be able to, oh wait, it's working already. Wait, this is, this is really confusing. Sorry, okay. So this is my other screen. And then this is me moving around, and Z-Space has disappeared. It was over there. And this is me listening to Z-Space and receiving the data. So that's it. That demonstrates that it works. They're sending me arbitrary data. It's going to WebSockets, and it's coming down, and I'm receiving it. And the map is a spatial interface for managing those connections. It like basically manages the handshake, the WebSocket handshake. And so what this means to me is that now we can build collaborative TouchDesigner files with anybody anywhere. I've sent this to TouchDesigner New York, and I'm like, hey, let's have a live data stream between your presentation or your event and ours. So you can imagine this is like, we've got 8 channels here, but like, what if this was skeletal data? And also, I've tried this across the world. Like I tried it with my friend Yasu in Japan, and it worked first try. He was sending me mouse coordinates. So to me, this is the metaverse. Not to be too hard, but like this is like, okay, we can send data wherever we want, and we can do whatever we want with it. In fact, the word that I came up with about this is like, okay, we don't want one platform. We don't want to be stuck in Roblox and all this. We want the metaverse to be these channels, or maybe this is a scene description or something like that, and the way that you interpret it is entirely your own. So I imagine it being, there's just data flows, and then someone has an Unreal client, there's a Unity client, there's your own client that you built in TouchDesigner. In fact, you could just imagine that like, basically we can all have our own interfaces that we build in TouchDesigner to interact with this data, and it could be like Winamp, where you download someone's skin, and they built a bunch of tools that have a certain way of interacting with the data. So, yeah, that's what I came here to show you, and I'm so glad it worked, and I'm so glad that we have like this weird. What are they sending? Oh, they're sending some audio data as well. Let's see if Lane's sending anything. Lots of bugs, lots of things to do, but okay, let's try one more thing, which is, do you guys know what Windsurf is? So Windsurf is an agentic AI coding tool, which is like VS Code, but like you can basically point it to your folder and just have it look through everything, and it's really amazing. I could do a demo on that, but let's skip it. But basically, you can build stuff really fast, and so I decided, wouldn't it be cool if we had a web interface for this? So this also lives on the web. Basically, if you go to, I have to, if you guys would go here, go to worldtree.onrender.com/dashboard. I'm so sorry about that. HTML. And you can see right now, there are 8 users connected to World Tree, and these are all the positions set from TouchDesigner. And so if you guys log into that website, WorldTree, under dashboard.html. All right. We've hit a user max right now. 18 users on this. We need more. 18. Wow. We're gonna break it. 20. Okay. Yeah. All-time high. Yeah. So, what does that mean? Well, all of a sudden, it's like phones can be something to send WebSocket connections, WebSocket data to people in TouchDesigner, send it back. To me, I just see like there's like so many potential uses, and yeah, I think that's it. I think I'll leave it there. Let's just keep it short. And this is my custom thing. It's like, okay, we got the
background,
the background. Okay, we can see the data, and maybe every person has their own. This is the heartbeat, so makes contact with WorldTree, you'll see it go boop like that. And once it reaches the outside circle, it's like a timeout. And then so it knows it's lost its connection, it will try to talk to WorldTree again. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Any questions?
This is incredible. This is super cool. How is the latency? Like, is there any lag?
I think it depends on a lot of factors. We have 3 gig up and down fiber here, so we're on a good connection. It's hosted on somewhere in, I actually don't know where the server is in North America. But what I've found is that I'll be at home and I'll be moving the mouse, and it's like less lag than if you were doing a remote login connection. Because it's not doing video, it's doing just, it's like, I think it's the fastest connection that you could have between two computers, basically. And so there's lots of things to figure out about that. Like how much data can we send? How many concurrent users? Like all that.
Yeah, I mean, during the COVID I've struggled, I was booked to do a show, and then can you do it kind of like not coming to us, and then gallery. And I didn't know, I didn't have tool. I literally like looked for Meteor internet thing, and it worked. But there's a lot of latency. The last question related. This is potential of this is great for running installation performances and so on over internet. So yeah, great job.
Nice.
I would love to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about making a portal basically between ZSpace and Precursor Lab.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I wish that I put ZSpace at.
Yeah.
Space, Precursor, ZSpace.
Yeah.
Great.
Totally. Yeah. So you can do this stuff before, but we usually have to build like a bespoke networking flow. And for me, it's chops at just the beginning of it. It's like, what do you got? Real-time data information. We could be transcribing this. We do speech to text. We could be sending that out. There's also this whole thing about sending video. Usually, you have to do a WebRTC connection, and you have to go through these servers called stun turn servers. Streams all through this kind of way, and then, like also you can only see one connection now, but what if you could see all the connections that everyone had? So yeah, Sam, did you have a question?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. You said multiple use cases. So like when you were like daydreaming, like what do you see like to be some of the coolest things? Like you kind of touched on it there.
Like what kind of? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
well, it's really useful
like functional or RT or both or.
I think the idea of just like making it easy to make internet connections between objects opens up a bunch of things. The first thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to track the mouse movements in here. And I'm going to shoot out the XY coordinates to WorldTree. So if anyone wants to do something visualizing the mice, that would be one. So the first people in the metaverse are the mice. I could track my cats at home and get their coordinates. and then be able to see them or have it be public, but no one's actually able to see the inside of my apartment, so it preserves my privacy. Well, I was recently crying happy tears, and I was like, what if my glasses could sense my tears and send that via a WebSocket connection? Who have their own interfaces, they're like, oh, he's crying again. Shit. Or like all that. Right now, the way I see it is that like the only way we have to each other is through these big platforms. It's like, how do you feel online with somebody? All you can do is like see the little green dot next to their chat thing, and maybe some bubbles, like the text bubbles, come up. And that feels intimate, and it's like, oh, we're on the same chat together, but like, we could build our own interface and close with other people, and it could be connected to our, devices and everything. So, yeah. Any other questions? Andrew?
Are we allowed to download this?
Oh yeah, I think it's in the Discord.
Oh.
It's already in the Discord. It's the metaverse. Here, actually, show this, because I'm also really proud of our live stream today. But, we had a bunch of people watching that couldn't make it today, partly. Some people were in this. Trian is projecting it at home and watching it, which is awesome. And Trian was also interacting with us. But yeah, it should be here. You can download it. I'm going to add the World Tree website. Okay, that's all. And now we can just hang out and chill for as long as we want and have some things to drink. And if you want to like put something on the projector, feel free to as well. Appleseed.
Because you've got Johnny Appleseed in the world. That shit's wild. That is fucking amazing. I was just like, I've been bitching about like I hate the internet. All the people I know that are like really know what's going on. Or like I just want to get off. Right now everyone's hiding in like Discord. This is like, you can just get off the fucking internet. Let Explorer. Like off the you're subverting another. That could bring you into the space. It's got mad scientist shit in my brain. Like, imagine taking that, like, just like using Wi-Fi and like finding electric, I don't know, ambient electric patterns in the atmosphere and tapping into that so that you can do a song that way. Completely untraceable. Black hat shit. Electric vibration in things. So they have like an on device that they like just put it here. So they were recording pros. This project was they were touching wood and then eventually the power lines and then they could detect when the pro landed on the power line. As long as they could hear it, like on, but it was like it just stuck into the telephone and was able to dial into that signal. So when I started doing stuff like that, there's
You know, I really think this is a funny thing, but if all the people that took acid, you know, the people that I know that have taken acid, we can look out at the other people that haven't, and they can tell us we're crazy, and we can say, well, you haven't seen anything yet, because there are things that are more beautiful.
walls got me weak. Don't make a nigga have to choose. Take me back. I remember, so I wanna go back. It's that feeling. Said take me back. I can hear the rhythm call to me. Now you seek your answers in a doubtful place. Now you need defenses. It's a nice erase. Said take me back. That's why I say leave it in my own list. It's not a say. The Billie Jean fever, no freezer. Dance over that creaser, he's a, she's a. Make her call Jesus. Make her fall Jesus. You know I put the Caesars. You see me like Jesus. Said take me back. I remember. So I wanna go back. Is this where we belong? Just walking strong, still looking long, still for so long. Feeling so right, bumping the night, bumping the night. I drive through the night, as in my own. The custom Lambo, the custom Vambo, the custom Famo, the custom Lambo. I know why you coming at me with the flow. No, I already know why you tapping at me like the flow. Girl, you wanna know? I bet you really wanna know. Can't stand me, can't blame me, can't handle me, no. Shit, she far away, down to the party. She far away, down. Ignore it. Now she look to me, look to me. To the left. She looking on the right. Said take me back. I remember. So I wanna go back. It's that feeling.
Tony Coles.
So how have you been, Big X?
Hey, see, I've been doing well, not great, but good. Can't complain, I got more than I should. Been a while since I thugged in the hood. I just hope that my folks understand I done hit every state, I'm just trying to get to it. Anyways, just they liking my music. I just did a show called By the Rule, had like 80-some thousand folks jamming and grooving.
So how are your kids?
I can't even lie. When I be away from them, I cry. Cause I love them the most. I would hate for them ever to say that they daddy wasn't right on their side. But for real, my little nigga be fly. He been dressing himself while he tried. And my daughter so pretty, look just like her daddy and shit. I be telling her niggas gon' die.
And your family?
My people been straight. Trying to put foot on all of they place shit. I been going harder. I guess now they seeing this shit. Cause before they thought I should switch lanes. Cause should I start buying ice and keeping on lights? Now they see that this shit is way bigger than likes. No more just
shit, I know that that's right. Okay, what about your team?
This shit bigger than life. It's a movie damn near every night. We been popping these bottles to represent life. Cause shit, we was just broke. I mean, they have $1 to split. We kicked those till we finally got right.
See, you still smoking square?
Ain't gonna lie, I've been stressing. Trying to give everybody a blessing. You don't know how I feel to have everything everyone wants when this shit can get hectic. But I swear I've been trying to quit. Make one more $500,000, I swear that they see. I done spent 7K on cologne, it's expensive as fuck. So I guess I can give up the steez.
So life's good.
No, I ain't saying that. But I never give none of this back. Yeah, I lost a whole lot on the way. But if I'm being honest, I'm good right here where I'm at.
All right, I think this was a good session. Give us a lot to think about. Same time next week.